Yes, welcome back to the channel GH247. Wherever you are on the globe, especially you in the diaspora, this is your news item, the first for the week. Ladies and gentlemen, oh yes, the first for the week. You in the diaspora, this is meant for you. But quickly, before I go to the news or what I want to talk about here, Psalm 62 verse 3 says, "How long will you trouble me?" I am asking you, how long do you want to continue to trouble JM with your fake news and lies? Propagandas. It will no longer hold this time around. It will no longer stand test of time. It will not hold. Oh yes, you guys should get it from us because we will come after you. This channel here is for that. If you don't get your facts right, don't come on any platform to talk about JM and the NDC. If you have your facts right, put it out there and let's debate it. But if you don't have your fact correct, don't come and put out any lies. Period. That's why I brought out your scripture from the Holy Book, the Bible, Psalm 62 verse 3. If you like, continue, but we will expose you and we will come after you. Quickly, dear friends, as you can see, this is Ghana government's state property. It's on your screen. I mean, what you can see right there is our own White House, called the Flagstaff House. The previous administration called it the Jubilee House. But the new government, it has always been the Flag House, we call it Flagstaff House. Flagstaff House. That is the name we always call it. The Agon government, they changed the name to Jubilee House. Now, dear friends, it will interest you to note that since the JM, His Excellency John Dramani Mahama's administration came back to power, he has not yet operated from this facility. He is not in a hurry to make use of the facility. Right now as we speak, His Excellency John Dramani Mahama and his staff, the Chief of Staff and every other person, they are working from their private individual offices. All the meetings and all the decisions that took place, all took place in the private office of His Excellency. Whilst he was an ex-president, the office he's been using, the same facility is what he is using. Modest office. You saw the conference hall that he was using, the same conference hall. Nothing changed. The same compound. All the dignitaries that visit the president, the heads of state, the same place they all visited him at. Why is His Excellency not making use of the Flagstaff House facility yet? It is not as if he's not going to be making use of it. No. It is not as if he doesn't want to use it. No. He will soon be moving in there. But like many people are asking the question, why is he not operating from the Flagstaff House? That is why I'm bringing you this to explain. And just like the scripture I read for you, there are men that are determined to do anything for power. More especially like this Akufo-Addo government that just left power, or that was voted out of power by Ghanaians. Some are determined to do evil. And it is up to JM and his team and the government, the new government, the NDC government, to take precautions. It is all about precautionary measures. We saw Ronaldo traveling anywhere he's going along the length and breadth of Ghana with a Land Cruiser carrying his seat. A Land Cruiser fully equipped will carry the president's seat. Wherever he goes, so long as the president is required to sit down, he must sit on that particular seat. He doesn't go to any event in any part of Ghana without his own seat. And that seat is being transported in a private car Jeep, Land Cruiser. He did that for the 8 years that he ruled Ghana. How then do you expect JM to walk into this Flagstaff house and make use of that Akufo-Addo's seat? Do you? No, that would have been a mad decision. That would have been stupid on his side and even on the side of his people that are handling him or managing him. Right now as we speak, dear friends, to put that argument, that issue, and that issue to bed, dear friends, JM is making use of that office, his private office right now for security reasons. Government, technicians, security agencies are trying to debug the office. They will have to debug the office from any kind of hacking, any kind of trap set up, telephonic traps, trying to listen to conversations that will take place within the place, meetings that will be held. The government, the incoming government, or the JM government, the NDC government, being led by President John Dramani Mahama, they want to make sure they walk into that premises, those offices, secured. Apart from that, spiritually, like I told you, Nana Addo goes around with his own seat. So there are even some spiritual, arguments ongoing. And I agree. Oh yes, I'm aware. I am aware. Because I have a relative who is a pastor, who is part of the team of pastors that goes to pray every night. But let's put the spiritual argument by the side. There are pastors that goes there every night to pray. Even before the inauguration, there were pastors that prays every night in Accra, in a secret location with JM. So you now have been asking the question, why is JM not operating? Why is he not using the Flagstaff house? Dear friend, relax. We are working. JM will soon move to the Flagstaff house in the coming days or weeks. As long as things are safe, JM will move in there. Quickly, it is your first news of the week and I'll not take much time. Senior high school food shortage. Senior high school food shortage. All the arrangements, the plans of Nana Akufo-Addo's government to bring this new administration unpopular has failed. It has failed. Nana Addo's government are fully aware. Schools are going to reopen immediately after Christmas. What is the provision made for food supply to the schools? Zero. We saw in videos circulating students eating gari. I mean, this is what we call sabotage. You are punishing the young ones. You are not punishing JM. You try to make him unpopular from the onset, but Ghanaians are smart. Ghanaians they have brain. Ghanaians have brain. Honorable Matthew Pogu, am I right? The outgone Minister of Education. I mean, you are a fine gentleman. But why do you allow this to happen under your watch? We saw the young kids in secondary schools eating gari and what looks like palm oil. It doesn't look like a soup or stew to me. Ladies and gentlemen, the good news, why I said they failed, is that, you see, senior high school food shortage. President John Mahama asked the chief of staff as we speak in the Thanksgiving service that was held yesterday.
We have a challenge currently with feeding students in secondary schools, as the Ghana Education Service insisted that schools must reopen on the 3rd of January, contrary to the advice of the Conference of Heads of Assisted Secondary Schools. As a stopgap measure, I've asked the Chief of Staff to work with the Ghana Education Service to allocate and evacuate food that is currently held in warehouses in Tema, which this food was imported by the outgone government in response to the drought that occurred last year. But in this emergency, we need to use some of that food to feed our students so that...
Yes, that the NEC held yesterday to thank God for the massive victory. The President, His Excellency, John Dramani Mahama, has announced that he tasked the Chief of Staff to work with Ghana Education Service to allocate and distribute food currently held in warehouses in Tema. It's not as if the food is not available for government to distribute. They are keeping the food in warehouses. They lock them up and they allow the children to go to school to eat gari. Only for what reason? To make the new administration unpopular. JM, God bless you. He has already given the instruction and he has not even tasked anyone. Chief of Staff. This is not about anybody's job. Chief of Staff. He has the highest rank right now in that administration. Make sure, work along with the Ministry of Education. Get the food that is in stock at the warehouses in Tema. Get it distributed to all the schools in Ghana. Immediately. Ladies and gentlemen, as we speak, the foods are being distributed. And on this channel, we'll be bringing you every update on that. The Free Senior High School, it is not Nanado's government that started it. Ladies and gentlemen, it is not the NPP government that started it. It is in our constitution. What the NDC and JM government or administration said was that they will come and review the situation. Review means they will see the loopholes, the errors, the mistakes, the things that needed to be corrected will be corrected. Areas that needed to be corrected will be corrected. For instance, the way they distribute the food, JM said it on a campaign trail that he will tax each headmaster or headmistress in each school to be procuring their own food items. Instead of the food item being procured by the government, by the time it goes to the regions, before to the district levels, food always gets short with the schools. But if the headmasters are in charge, they have, in fact, I used to be a boarding student, and we had our own Beza. Beza is the one in charge of our, day-to-day expenses in the school. School administration, day-to-day expenses, I think it's Beza, if my memory serves me right. So that is what JM said. I heard someone even on social media talking about why taking the food from the warehouse from Tema. I thought you said on your platform, on the campaign platform that you are going to ask the headmasters and headmistresses to buy their own food stuffs. My dear friend, use your brain. Use your brain. I know you are still suffering from the pain of losing the election. I know. It affected your brain somehow. The man has been in office officially. He was sworn in on Tuesday. Tuesday, he worked from his office. He made decisions Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, officially. So let's just say 3.5 days. So how do you expect him to instruct headmistress and headmasters? The finance minister is not even in his office yet to start distribution of money. Why can't we just use our brain in our head? Or you are still, there's a name I'm trying to look for that affects brains. You guys should be careful. I told you already, we'll come after you guys if care is not taken. Dear friends, I'm about to run out. it is a good day. And you as a family person, an NDC person, you are a family member, we are in the same family. We are going to be fighting together to defend the cause of Ghana. We are not going to be defending any individual. Even you, as an NDC minister or an appointee, if you mess up, we will come after you. We shall come after you. You have to be diligent in your work. I'll see you guys. This has been your humble servant, Salom, Eric, Kweku, Tosu, all the way from our studios. Shalom and peace.